What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Predator H2OS live for the first time in a while. But hey, I wanted to talk a little bit today, man, about this fucking PUBG news that came out. Man, did we get fucking duped or no or what? Like, luckily, I'm a patient person. I don't like doing like broadcasts as soon as news come out. I like to get the whole story, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. But like this whole PUBG thing, like still excited about this game, but I'm just like I think I'm more pissed about the misinformation that got put out there. Um, like the news that came out about it being 60 frames. Let me turn this down real quick. So yesterday we get this news that it's going to be 60 frames per second. We're all hyped about it. I mean, I've been playing on my PC. I'm getting about maybe 40 frames per second right now on my PC. They've done a lot of good optimization for the game, and when they came out and said they're going to make it 60 on the X, I was super excited about that. But today they come out and they're like, "Oh, never mind, our bad. It's only going to be 30 on the X." Um, really, I say the X and probably the S too. Like, I'll back up. So yesterday, we got everybody making videos. We're all excited about this shit, right? So they come out with the news it's going to be 60 frames per second on the Xbox One X, and we think it's going to be 30 frames per second on the S and the vanilla Xbox One. So, that kind of caused a little uproar with some people, and my response to that was, if you want the higher frame rates, and it's available, then you need to go ahead and get the system that has the higher frame rates that's capable of it. So I don't know if their decision to change that, or maybe the guy that announced that earlier just kind of misspoke, but um, he comes out and he's like, we're only going to be able to do 30 frames per second today. So what really pissed me off was like the misinformation. And my last video was literally about, you know, the next fuck up for Microsoft. Like usually at the beginning of the year, they do a lot of stupid shit. They announce something, maybe their marketing has changed a little bit, and they decide to announce things like between January and March that don't really sit well with the community. Um, but today, it happened early, I guess. So, um, and it's not really a big deal for me, the 30 or 60 frames per second. But the fact that they announced it is this more misinformation being distributed by, certain people that pertain to the X. Now, this has nothing to do with Microsoft. It wasn't their decision. And I mean, it just looks bad for the brand. Because like everyone made videos yesterday about this, and luckily I'm a patient person. I don't just jump at the gun and just go with the hot video about the hot topic of the day. But today I am, because I sincerely think it was a fuck up and a foul on the guys from Bluehole to come out and say they were going to do 60 and then change it to 30. Or sidestep and say, oh no, we didn't mean that. We meant to say 30 frames per second. I don't have the article in front of me right now, but it's all over Twitter right now. Just fucking find something. Look it up. So I'm not severely disappointed. Again, I've been playing on maybe like about 40 frames on my PC. You can tell a difference when it drops a little bit, but the game isn't optimized. It is a beta, so who knows? Maybe later on down the road, they'll get it up to 60. But as it says now, it's going to be 30, which still isn't a big fucking deal to me. It's not a Twitch shooter. It's not like Call of Duty, where speed is of the essence. As many hours I put into this game, like I typically don't get into a lot of firefights, maybe two or three throughout the whole match. But playing on the test server, there's a lot of frame drops on that. But I mean, it's not optimized the way it should be, or the way it will be at launch. But as it sits right now, it is in preview program, or will be in preview program. It's in the beta right now, so things could change. But I'm just really disappointed with the misinformation that we've been given about it so far. So we'll see what happens in the future. But I just really feel bad for the guys that came out and just dropped these videos like, haha, we told you, the Xbox is super powerful. We can do 60 frames per second on PUBG, and they couldn't do it on the PC. And, you know, and now it looks like they got egg on their face because they came out and mentioned something that we thought we were going to get from the start, and it was funny because I was reading Reddit today. I was going through some of the comments and stuff like that. And some people were like, I'll believe when I see it, and I was like, well, they just said it. And then like literally an hour and a half later, that news comes out. So, man, that sucks. So I don't have a lot of topics to talk about today. I was just venting a little bit about this fucking bullshit. So, other news, man, like I mentioned on a couple of podcasts that I'm going to do a GoFundMe for my retirement. Not necessarily the money is not coming to me. I was gonna do basically something for the Wounded Warrior Project and kind of bring money in and donate it to that project after it got done with the GoFundMe. However, there might be some issues with that, some military stuff type stuff. So um, because I'm still currently serving in uniform, I still have to go through some legal stuff right now if I can do this or not. I think it's a good idea, but I have to get approval, I guess, first, or at least have some consultation on what I'm doing before I can actually do it. So hopefully I'll have that like ironed out at the beginning of the year. But right now I still have to talk to the legal team here and my installation to make sure that I can like basically utilize my name, um, because I'm in the military still, to um, solicit funds from other people for a donation, a charity or whatever. So um, I don't know if I can do that in uniform. I don't even know if I can still do it while I'm actually on duty. So while I'm still serving, should I say? So more to follow on that. But right now, I mean, I think it's a good idea, but I don't think I can do it right now. I'll get more information about that here in the next couple of weeks. But keep an eye out on it. I'll tweet it out and pass it on to everybody else. No shot podcast yesterday. Actually, the last 2 weeks we had Thanksgiving last Thursday, so uh, I think Bland was busy yesterday, so we didn't do a podcast yesterday. So hopefully next week we'll get back on the shot podcast. Next podcast is Saturday coming up. Not sure if I'm going to be there. I have a military function going on. Um, it's like 70-30 right now. I know Xbox Voice is kind of out right now, so we'll see what happens on Saturday. We'll keep you posted again. Hit that bell, and make sure you guys follow the Shot Podcast, and make sure you follow the next podcast as well, Xbox 448. So, with that being said, man, I just want to vent a little bit about this PUBG shit. The blue balls they just gave us, man. So it's gonna be 30 frames per second. Hopefully they'll optimize it later and get it up to 60. But as for now, HDR 30 frames per second. More bad news, I guess, to kind of slap Microsoft in the face with a console exclusive they have coming out. But still excited about the game. It's really fun. But I know a lot of people now are kind of doing the Fortnite thing because it's free. Don't know what PUBG is gonna do. I will say this: I think it was a mistake for them to um, wait until December 12th to release this game. I would have liked for them to have this game out right before Black Friday, personally. I know there's a lot of stuff going on as far as games coming out for the holiday season, but it would have been a great system seller because I know it's a huge game for them to have it ready before Black Friday, or at least, have it out available and have it like just displayed or something somewhere to get people hyped up about it, because I mean it's a preview game, so they really can't do too much with it right now, but they know it's going to be on the X. Discuss it a little bit more, talk about it a little bit more than they have, and it would have actually been a huge system seller. My stepson, he does not play Xbox that often unless he comes over here, but he loves playing PUBG on my PC, man. And it's gonna make him want to get an Xbox because it's only coming there for the beginning anyway. So I just don't like the secrecy and I understand it, especially on the Xbox side. They want it to remain a secret if it's gonna be on a multi-plat game or not. They need that revenue, but if it is, say it is. Like right now, we don't know. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna close this out and get the fuck out of here. I just want to do a quick podcast and get some things off my chest, man. But make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, next podcast. I'll try and pop in if I can. If I decide not to go on my little military thing, then I'll definitely jump in the podcast and chat with everybody and all the gamers out there. So thanks for tuning in. Hit that like, follow, subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys later. Out.